Everybody, it's Deron. Today I just want to talk about judgment. Every day we hear people judging others, and we don't take into consideration how they might take it. And then I hear people saying, only God can judge me. Well, we all know that God is the almighty and righteous judge. We all know that in the end, He's going to end up being the one that either disciplines us or rewards us. But just because He's the almighty judge and He's the perfect judge doesn't mean He's the only judge. There's people getting judged every day. That little girl saying, "Oh, you're old," or "You smell funny." The homeless guy's judging you for having money and clothes and saying that because you passed by him and didn't say hey or anything like that, that you automatically are against homeless people and don't care about them. Well, that may not be the fact, but because based on your actions, he went ahead and judged you, even though you didn't give him any reason to judge you. There's criminals every day, people who aren't even criminals, who just got arrested out of nowhere for no reason, being judged for something that they either did or they didn't do. And who knows what's fair, what they get, but they're being judged. So that just proves that not only can God judge you, but everyone else can too. I know we've all read or heard about a verse saying, don't judge unless you want to be judged, or anything along that line. And we automatically think that, well, only God can judge us, But that's not saying, Jesus isn't telling us that no one can judge. Jesus is telling us to not judge others until we've cleared ourselves out of that. In Matthew 7, 1 through 29, it says, "Judge not, that you be not judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when there is a log in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye." It's not saying don't judge someone. It's not saying that it is a sin to judge someone. It's not saying that only God can judge you. What it's saying is obviously and clearly that don't judge someone until you've cleared away what they can judge you for first. You don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, well, you look poor," when you're in debt yourself. Or you're ugly when you're not exactly the most attractive person around. Who knows, it could be look-wise, or it can just be personality-wise. I met some pretty girls that had some ugly personalities, and some not very attractive but still pretty girls that had the best personalities in the world. And that's why I don't go for looks. And now that I found a girl that is just amazing, she has the best personality in the world. Yeah, she can be a little brat sometimes, but I learned to get over it because, I'm a brat myself. I'm not going to judge her because I know that I have to make myself better before I can pass any kind of judgment. And that kind of sounds mean, but the simple fact of the matter is, you can't judge others for something that you're having an issue with yourself. Jesus also said, "Be the first without sin, cast the first stone." Well, Why doesn't that apply to judgments? If you are perfectly righteous and there's no reason to judge you, there's no reason for someone to judge you negatively at least, then sure. If there's no reason for them to judge you, then go ahead, judge others. But don't judge somebody if you know that they can judge you for the same thing. If you're a sinner, you will not be able to throw the stone. And I don't think anyone here is completely righteous. I don't think anyone on this planet is a non-sinner. I don't think anyone that has ever remotely lived in God's name has not sinned at least once in their life. I know that. Because every day, most people wake up and don't even thank God for allowing them to wake up. And that's a sin. I mean, maybe not, but in my eyes it is. Because we're not giving God the thanks that He deserves. He allowed us to live a new day. He gives us food. He gives us money. Everything we get comes through God. And when you sit there and you judge people for something that God has given them, you're pretty much saying that God did a bad job. Did God really do a bad job with them? Or did He just do a bad job with you? Because obviously, you're the first one to cast that stone when you're still a sinner.